Well, good morning, everyone, or good day wherever you are. This is SchreckTeck. I think it's episode number 53. It is April 3rd. No April Fool's show.
It's the 3rd already. Yep. Gosh.
And you know that voice, that's Gina. Hey, Gina Schreck.
Hello from snowy Colorado. We thought we were safe, and now it's snowing again. I am telling you, Palm Springs, I hear you calling me today. I hear it loud and clear.
Yeah, Palm Springs is saying, Gina,
remember you were here saying you were going to move here.
Gina, we have the highest taxes in the country almost. You really want to do
Well, you know what? When you wake up to days like this, you don't mind. I say, I'll pay the taxes. Yeah. Yep. Let them eat cake. Good morning. And you know what? I have to give a shout out to Don. Don Mahoney, my flying buddy. It was terrible because I had a client call. Don and I decided to log into Second Life because we just haven't been in there for so long. So we said, let's log into Second Life and just go on some adventures. So Don and I went to a couple islands. We went to the yacht club, which Barbara usually is in the chat room. Barbara T. Jules in Second Life. Barbara also, as a matter of fact, Barbara is somehow associated with the yacht club, Don, is what I remember. But we had a great time. You know, it's just always, it's so fun and it's so creative, and I want to move there. Like when I log out of Second Life, I go, I really could become an avatar and live in Second Life. It's just so cool.
Be careful what you ask for.
I know. I'm going to be like one of those movies where I
could be. One day all of a sudden you wake up and go, I'm here.
It was just, I don't know. Every time I log in there, it's one of those things where the creativity in your brain just starts firing off, and you come up with great ideas. And Don, if you and I if I was really not distracted and put on our headsets to actually spend quality time in there instead of just flying around looking for stuff, you could come up with, I think, product launches and fun stuff. But anyway, shout out to my avatar flying buddy, Don. Yeah, and then Trish, Yule, and Dawn were in there 2.5 hours the night before because we got our days mixed up, and I had down one day and they had another. But yeah, you know, every once in a while it's like you've got to log back in and everything looks the same. My campus that I have there is all still as if no one's lived in it. Yeah, no dust or anything. Didn't need to vacuum. Yeah, so we need to do that again. We'll have to do a SchreckTeck from Second Life. I don't know. We'll drive Rick crazy with all the technology.
I'll just crash land somewhere. I don't fly that well.
But I'm kind of delirious right now because I've only had like 3.5 hours of sleep, and working with a new client in Australia. So shout out to all of our friends in Oz. And Jeff, you're going to have to just be like the mayor of Oz, or would that be the wizard?
The Wizard of Oz. And where's Neen, our little munchkin?
I know, and Neen's our munchkin. Neen and Jeff, and we've got all of our little Oz friends. And we're working with a client, Horan and Bird, an electric company in Queensland. And it's just been really fun, really trying to immerse ourselves in the culture and understand all the little intricacies of doing business globally. So that's been really fun. But we're here to talk apps. Because we're having an app attack. Every week, Rick, we get to the end of the show, and I have apps written down
that I
meant to get to, and we never get to them.
Nope. So but today we have no guests.
Yeah.
So therefore, we've got apps.
We could say we cleared the schedule.
Yes.
So we could talk apps.
And by the way, we didn't have a lot of time to prep the show because we prepped it for something else. So.
Yeah. We had a credible guest lined up, but
they were incredibly flaky.
cred, not crud, cred. So, you know, schedules change, things happen. So we're going to talk apps, which I'm excited because there are a lot of apps to talk about. So do you want to kick it? Do you want to start off with your favorites? Or do you want
I can start off with it's not really a productive app. In fact, if anything, it's probably a very unproductive app.
Like Pinterest? I just had to say the P word.
No, not Pinterest. Go back to your room, Gina. No Pinterest today.
I just had to throw that out one time. We have to say Pinterest one time.
But this could be as unproductive as Pinterest, and that would be Angry Birds Space.
It's funny. I wrote that down going, do you have that app?
I do. And it's really fun. I think it's actually the most fun of all the Angry Birds I've played.
Why? What's different?
And if you haven't played Angry Birds, it's actually a lot of fun. It's one of those things you go, why would I want to play Angry Birds? And then you get into it, and it's really a physics game. You have to learn how to move things, how to angle things, and when you do it, things go flying, and birds and pigs and everybody go whatever. But Angry Birds Space is a little bit different because it really does force you to think about physics more. You have to be more aware of gravity. Things don't happen in space the same way they do on Earth. So when you, for example, drag a bird and you let it go, depending on what your angle is or the kind of bird you're doing, it may go up and then come back. It may go down. So you've got to really pay attention to your angles, your curves, and gravitational fields as they get pulled into planets. It's actually a lot of fun. And
I love that Rick sounds so serious.
Yes, that's right.
Talking about Angry Birds, and it's funny because I downloaded early on all the Angry Birds series, the seasons or something.
Yeah.
Because the kids were always wanting to play it. Well, then they got their own iTouch or iPhones or whatever, so nobody plays games on my apps unless our grandson comes out from California, and so I haven't been up on all the hip new Angry Birds, but this one seems like it's getting a lot of buzz. So
it is because it's different, and it is just that much harder to actually do it, but it's a lot of fun. And
so you give it a wing up.
I give it a wing up.
2 wings up.
A 2 wing up. Yeah, there we go.
I give it 2 wings up on the Angry Birds, or the 2 snouter. Yeah. Speaking of snouter, not an app, but have you ever heard or played the game called it's Pass the Pigs?
No.
Oh, it's so hilarious. It's a fun game. It's actually a real game. It's not an app, so probably it's outdated by now, but Pass the Pigs is another one that kind of reminds me of that. Well, I have a basic one to start with. I have a couple really cool health apps. Because, I'm trying to get healthy, so my first 6 months of the year, I'm just thinking about it and downloading apps, and then maybe the last half of the year I'll actually do something. But the first one, I thought, what's more basic than just a pen and paper? And it's funny because I've seen this app several times just called Paper. It literally is called Paper. And the other day, I've seen the app, and I just thought, why would anybody download an app that's just a plain white piece of paper? Like, why would you do that? Well, then the other day I needed a piece of paper. I literally could not find a piece of paper. I was looking around my desk going, I don't have a piece of paper. So I had to take out my phone to jot down a note to myself. I just sent myself a text with something because I couldn't find a piece of paper. And then I was like, I think there's an app for that. And on your iPad, you can draw with your finger. You can type. You can, again, what does it do? Nothing. It's a piece of paper. You can save it and email it to someone.
It's a very zen app.
What's that?
It's a very zen app.
A very zen app, and I ended up going and getting it. So I thought it was funny because at first I thought, how ridiculous, but then when I couldn't find a piece of paper, I downloaded that, which I finally upgraded to the pen part of this, PDF pen. I had been using Sign and Send to sign documents, PDF documents, and it saves your signature on it, and you can email it back to. So when somebody sends me a contract that I have to sign, I used to have to wait till I got to my desk and I could open up the document, the PDF, and work on it there. Sign and Send is a really basic, I want to say it's like 99 cents. signed PDF documents, great. Well, then I started looking at, sometimes I have a PDF document that I need to do a little more with. I need to mark it up more, or I want to add a picture in and put some notes saying do this. So a little more robust working in a PDF document. And so I finally spent the $10, $9.99 or something, for PDF pen. I really like it, though. It actually does so much. So if you do a lot of work on PDF documents, that is a really helpful app. I don't know if anybody in the chat room uses something else. Don uses bamboo paper.
Bamboo paper is pretty cool.
From Wacom. I gotta check out these. Is it Wacom tablets or?
I don't know. Some people call it Wacom. Some people call it Wacom. I call it Wacom, but it's a really nicely done program. Again, it's got the writing capability. You have a nice stylus that you can use any stylus with it.
But is the Wacom tablet, is that a separate tool? It's a separate tablet.
Yeah, it's not really. It's a tablet, but it's not for drawing the same way as you would. It's really for writing notes and things like that. You could draw, I guess.
But that's really what I mean. There's no apps on this Wacom. It's for.
No, this is actually for your iPad.
But it is for your iPad.
It's called Bamboo, and bamboo paper. It's a writing application for your iPad, kind of like paper.
Well, not the bamboo paper is not what I'm questioning. The Wacom tablet. I know it's been around for a long time for graphic designers.
Right.
Is it integrated with the iPad, or is it
No. You don't need the Wacom tablet. This is just made by Wacom, but it's an iPad app.
Got it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And there's one app that I downloaded last week, which I really enjoy. Now, I like Snapseed.
Oh my gosh, I love Snapseed too.
If you do any kind of photo processing, Snapseed is great.
Yeah.
However, there's another one called Photogene.
That's funny. I was playing with that at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, 2 in the morning.
I'm talking about that today in a webinar.
At 2 in the morning, that's photo, huh?
That's photo. I think this is Gene. Yeah.
Yeah, Photogene is really cool. It's very similar to Snapseed with slightly different controls. And
you use Photogene?
I've used both.
I mean, what are you using it for?
Oh, photo processing.
Okay.
So you could change a photo, add different looks to it. I haven't even played with it that much, but what I have done, it's just a lot of fun to work with.
And here's how we've started using it. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about it on this webinar, talking about using our iPad as a creation device for movies, for presentations, and photo in your business. And I took on this challenge from another Aussie friend, Be Knowingly You. I'm probably saying her Twitter name wrong. If you search the hashtag DailyPhoto 2012, DailyPhoto 2012 is the hashtag that we're using, and she put out this challenge that you have to take a photo a day, and she gives a theme. So every day there's a different theme. Yesterday's theme was shoes. Oh no, today's theme is birthday. Yesterday's theme was shoes. The day before was your view. So every day is a different theme. But anyway, I said that to say this. So I started playing with all these different photo apps again that I had, and I came back to Photogene, but we started using it in a way that sometimes you'll see on Facebook, especially on Facebook, you'll see these really pretty pictures and it has a quote written on it, and people put that as their post for the day or something. Well, I started thinking, why are we not creating our own photos with sayings on them? So some of our clients are speakers or authors, and some of our clients, for example, even an electric company, we can take cool pictures of maybe electricity or lightning or a hot day, something, tying in, but then we can put some sort of quote for their business on that picture. And Photogene is a great app to do that, because you can take your photos and then you can put a cool filter on them, and then you can add some text. So you can make a text bubble. I mean, I don't know. That's what I was curious.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. I did play once with the caption part of it, and I thought it was really cool. I just haven't played that much with it, and it made it really easy.
It's a great tool.
I tell you, Gina,
photos.
Adobe, Corel, all those guys have to really be afraid.
I know, because you can do all of these things with these apps that are all under $3.
I know. You can buy 20 of those, and you're about $60, and that's still a tenth of the price of a $600 or $800 Photoshop.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they better be very afraid. And these tools are easy. They're fun.
So easy.
I don't know yet if anybody has come out with a batch converter where you can take 30, 40 pictures, and I'm looking for one, and right on your iPad process 40 pictures. So now you have like an aperture or like a Lightroom right on your iPad.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which is actually really cool. If you could do that, bye-bye,
Right.
Adobe. They're all dead. Because why spend that kind of money unless you're really a professional graphic artist?
Photographer, right.
For the average person, they're not going to buy Photoshop Elements anymore.
Well, this whole photo a day, daily photo 2012 is the hashtag. If you search for it, cool photos. And I love her theme idea. So I took on the challenge for this reason. I'm always telling people in our businesses, we need to tell the story of our business through photos. And now that Facebook rolled out the timeline, officially everyone, as of, I think it was Saturday, March 30th, everyone had to move to the timeline for your business page. There's still a lot of personal pages out there that don't have the timeline, but all business pages converted. So if you don't have the big new photo displayed, you have this big white space there. So, I keep saying when you look at the timeline now for a business page, it's lumping photos together. So it's saying in a timeline, a snapshot of your day in your business, here are the photos that were taken. So it's kind of interesting. If you don't have photos, it's just a little speckle of text everywhere. But if you have photos, it's almost like it's giving a photo album every day, a snapshot in your business. So I took on this challenge for that reason of saying, how do we look at life in our business world and take more photos and create, and so I'm going to come up with a theme list, like we're doing this fun one. I'm going to come up with a theme list of business themes, and then every day you have this challenge, which again challenges your creativity, but then it really makes you dig into some of these apps and say, let's play with them and do some fun things. I don't need to go to iStock Photo and download a bunch of photos. I need to take pictures of what's going on in my world, in my business, out in the field when I'm working with clients. And then you can add captions, you can put cool filters. And Photogene, I call it Photogene, but it is Photogene.
And that's Gene, Photogene.
Yeah,
Gene.
I'll put it in the chat room.
As with genetics, gene.
Photogene is that one, yeah. And someone asked, I think it was Dawn, asked, Snapseed, is it better than Sketch? It's different.
It's different, though, yeah. For photo processing, I think it's better, but...
Well, because Sketch you can write on, and I use Sketch to do screenshots.
Sketch is more like a Snagit.
Or photos, yeah. But I can do it with photos, and then you can draw on the photo or make a little bubble of text. Photogene, you can do kind of Instagram filters first, but more robust. So you can make a picture with vibrant colors. You can make it real stark black and white. You know who does a really good job of using Photogene is Gigi Belmonico, the bombshell. We're going to have her on in a couple weeks on our show. She is a bombshell. She's a bombshell.
So for all the guys in the audience, she is a bombshell.
She's a hottie. Yeah, her and I were chatting last night, and she was using all these cool pictures on her website. And I asked her if it was Photogene, and it is. She uses that on her Facebook page, and she puts pictures of herself, these bombshell pictures, and then she puts text on them, like quotes. It's brilliant.
That is
great branding.
Smart. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, so that is a good one.
I wonder if I could do that, but I guess I got to resuscitate the wig. It just won't look the same. Yeah,
it's
more like the bomb. It's more like the bomb blast afterwards, not the bombshell. But
bombshell, and there's bomb blast. Okay, so here's a cool app for, and I want to ask you about Dragon Dictation because I know you sent Jeff and I a message from there. But here's an app for all of us who are, getting up there in years, and maybe our eyesight is not so great. You can now, for those of you who flunked out of medical school, like I did. Okay, so I never went. But
it's time to go to school.
All of you who play a doctor on TV. There's iChart Pro. Okay, at first I thought this has to be a joke. But it's not. It's actually a real medical app. As a matter of fact, when you first log in, it says, are you a home user or are you a medical practitioner? So doctors are using this to replace the eye chart. And here's why. Some people memorize the eye chart, which I don't know why you would do that. Is it you're afraid of failing? So you're afraid to fail? I think this is so funny. So there are people who memorize the eye chart, and they said this is a problem, that people come in and they just know over the years what to say, even though they can't see it.
Right.
So this this app, you open it up, and it actually, every time you open it, it'll change the letters around. So I think
actually, that's brilliant. And, it's amazing that in today's day and age, they're not doing that on those machines anyway, because that would make the most sense. And I'll tell you, the reason why people memorize the charts is they don't want to lose their driver's licenses when they don't see well.
Oh, that's interesting. So there really is a motive.
There's probably a good motive because they know that if they get under 20/60, they're probably not going to drive.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to fake it by doing that. That's one thing I read long ago, and I talked to an eye doctor about that. And he said, yeah, a lot of people memorize because they don't want to fail.
So here's the true test. When you hold it up, if you have to squint like I do, no need to even read the letters. Just give me a cane because I'm totally blind. I'm looking at this going, wow, the only one I can really see is the E. But I thought it was a cool app. It's pretty funny. You can now give eye tests to your friends and family. Great party at your house. So that was my first one that I thought was a joke, but it's real.
Thank God they don't have a proctology app. I don't know what we would do.
No, they do.
Oh, no.
It comes with a stylus.
Oh, too funny.
Yes.
What do you do? Sit on your iPad and take a picture and send it to the doctor?
Stop the madness. No, but this other one actually is really cool because I don't understand how it works. You take your heart rate. It's Heart Rate Pro.
Oh, I've done that. I have that one.
Okay, so the eye chart is called Eye Chart Pro.
Yes. Now here's how that works.
Okay, yeah, because I'm so curious how it
checks your blood flow. You put your finger on the camera, and then what it's doing is it puts the LED on, and it's measuring your finger's blood flow. So based on the pulsating of the finger, because the light goes right through it, it can tell what your heart rate is. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so these apps now are getting so high-tech because I just was listening to another podcast where they were talking about this new sleep app for your iPad or iPhone. And
that's sleep apnea.
Well, it's that's a good one. Sleep apnea. You dock your iPad. It has to be near you, and it watches you sleep and watches your breathing, and in the morning prints out this report of your REM sleep. And you do have to buy the docking station. Is really the device. It's like $200, but it's a device for people who are having problems sleeping.
No, it even measures your snoring. It's pretty amazing. I saw that on I think on iPad Today with Leo Laporte.
Oh, was that
Sarah Lane?
I think I listened to that one. It was another app show.
Okay, I saw that they were on last week with that one. I thought that was fascinating.
And it's not available yet, is it? It's like
I don't know, but I want to get that for my wife because she has the snoring problem. So that would be a great way.
Yeah, to track what is it, because I thought it was interesting just to start looking at what is it that wakes you up in the middle of the night, or
my wife.
It lets you know.
In my case, it's my wife, so
it's your wife, yeah. But same technology that you're using our cameras on our devices now for these really cool personalized health monitors.
That's true.
And this Heart Rate Pro, I think, is really okay. Here's an interesting one: sleep time. Wake up and feel refreshed. Do you want to download now, or it says I never sleep?
Well, that would be you.
That would be me. I'm going to push that one. Yeah. So there's some cool apps in the heart rate one. You put your finger over the camera. And is it pretty accurate? Would you say it's accurate?
You know what? I've tried it against a real heart, actually a heart, blood pressure meter, and it is pretty within a couple beats. Yes, pretty accurate.
Okay, so I downloaded it and was just playing with it, but I don't know what my normal blood pressure or heart rate is. So
250 over 50, probably.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, but is this for people? Would you use? Yeah, that's probably mine. Hold on, let me have some more coffee.
Okay, let's go into the hyper realm.
Yeah, hold on. Now let me have some energy drink. That's empty, by the way.
So let me guess. You take energy drinks to give you energy for the energy drinks.
Right.
Right.
Got it. Well, energy drinks are kind of afternoon coffee.
I see. They're not good for you, though.
Oh, these are. They have to be. They have all kinds of B vitamins in it.
Exactly. Too much B is not good for you.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. So I think it's if you are someone. So even if you have someone that needs to check their blood pressure, or you're really trying to. I need to find a cholesterol monitor. Somehow
I haven't seen one of those, at least not. Though there are some that they're doing some way. It's an attachment. You attach it to a cup, which measures your blood pressure. I think there are apps to measure diabetes for blood sugar. Though I think they're manual. You just type it in. Well, you're checking your curves. What is the curve today? How was it tomorrow? So it's checking the averages of where you are.
But I mean, are you having to?
No. I think you have to prick your finger and then you type in your results.
Okay. So there's some. I was like, what is it monitoring?
and then it actually either tweets out your blood pressure or whatever These all have a social media component, which is hilarious. It's like my heart rate is
Nike Fuel. Is that
like for example, if your heart rate's 180 over 100, you're dead. But at least everybody will know that.
Everyone will know you're tweeting it out, which is that whole Nike FuelBand concept. That's another new one coming to the market, right about now, and that's interesting because you there's a social aspect that you can kind of compete with people. So I like those. I saw a really great one called Fitbit, and it's really tiny, and you wear it on your waistband. You can wear it in different places, but it was small. It wasn't like the big ones you wear on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
And it measured all kinds of things, and then it would sync up with your computer and have all the data via Bluetooth, and I really like that.
Now, you were asking, this is Dragon, Naturally Speaking. This is the PC version of it. Now, interesting, I bought it about a week ago, have not yet looked at it or talked to it. Haven't had a chance yet, but I will.
You sent an email to us.
Well, that I bought it. I think I sent an email that I bought it, but I haven't actually played with it yet.
So, okay, so how did you just open it up and then you say send via email to these people?
Oh, no. I sent an email via iPad dictation.
Right.
This is on the iPad 3, and it was, the only thing it misspelled was Jeff's name.
Right, because when I read the email, I was like, wow, this was really
And
impressive.
I was talking normal speed. I was, like I'm talking, I would say, hi, Gina and Jeff, comma, new paragraph. This is an email being sent using the iPad 3 dictation, period, new paragraph. And, it was perfect. I didn't have to really,
You said you did no editing, and I thought
did none.
It was really...
I even left it with the typo because it typed Jeff as Jeff, the Americanization, if you will.
Right.
Whereas Jeff is Geoff, but I guess it wouldn't know that. Though there is probably an Australian version now, so maybe it would figure that out. Hard to say.
Maybe.
But everything else, and that was what, about 3-4 paragraphs, and there was enough text there, not one edit. It was perfect.
Right. I thought that was really...
I was shocked at how good the Apple dictation is. And on the Apple iPhone with Siri, it's pretty accurate on the whole, listening and understanding you. You can say about 500 things to it, and it understands everything.
So what I'm
for example, Gina,
on the iPad dictation,
mm-hmm.
How did if you dictate something and you're saying, okay, I want this to go just for a blog, or I want this to go to an email like you did, are you first dictating the message and then deciding where it goes, or do you open up?
No, you open up your email and then you just hit the dictation button.
And that was it.
It comes up on your keyboard, just like the Androids did or
right,
do.
The little microphone there,
and you click it.
I need to use that. I never use dictation. I don't know why.
And it's really it's a lot faster than typing on the device. And since it works well, that's not bad. There will be some mistakes, I'm sure.
Right, but you would have that if you were typing fast as well.
Yeah. Now, this won't work for everybody. If you've got a thick intonation or you've got a really bad regional accent, it probably won't understand everything you're saying because most people won't anyway. So that's,
Right.
it's going to be probably as good as anything else. If you're clear, it's actually pretty good.
Well, it's
It does-
interesting because the average person speaks about 125 to 150 words per minute. So I would guess that you'd want to go about 125 words per minute. I usually get going about 300 with gusts up to 500. So I need to probably slow it down and enunciate to really make it work well.
No, you just put it into chipmunk mode.
Exactly.
Alvin! And then it translates that to, good afternoon. My name is Gina Schreck.
Yeah, I think I need to make myself use that because I really think I could be more productive. Especially, here's my thought. I'm thinking if I have a half an hour drive somewhere, I could blog while I drive.
You know what? You could, and all you have to do then is a quick review.
Yeah, and then edit, and you're done.
And it's real quick, and you pretty much have gotten there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of ways when I have these drive times of going.
Now I tell you, Gina, you need to dump your Android phone. It's worthless. Get an iPhone. With Siri, you can do things like, and this is what I find the most important. I hate having to go into Outlook or my mail applications and set up appointments. So with Siri, I just say, set up a lunch appointment for Tuesday at 12:30 with Leslie and Gina. And it does. And it does. And it even sends emails to the people. It is so cool.
I know.
Or you could say,
I was asked to be on a panel, not a panel, it's a group of 15 bloggers. Verizon, their chief technology officer and their chief marketing officer we're going to be in San Francisco in May, at the end of May. And I'm so excited to be even included in this group. But every 4 months, we will be flown out to their offices in San Francisco, and we will be given a new device every 4 months. And they want us to talk about, as parents, as business owners, as, how do we use technology? And so I'm really excited to see. And I told them, I said, I am a Verizon customer because this is through Verizon. I have not been thrilled so far. I still, my phone, I love this phone for everything except using as a phone. It's not a good phone. I can't make phone calls and rely on them actually being able to hear me. And that is the problem with these new gadgets. They do so much, they just don't do what you first intended them to do. But I do love my Android. I don't know why. I think maybe it's more of maybe I need counseling for the Android. I know. Yeah, they are terrible phones. I know. See, everybody, they're going crazy in the chat room saying
I had the Bionic phone, and it wasn't a very good phone either. It was so-so.
It's bad. Oh, well.
And I think, and it's sort of funny that Verizon is selling so many so-so smartphones.
Right.
I'm not sure why. I don't like the Motorola phones. I just don't think they're that well built, or the quality is all that good.
I think it's because they are the largest carrier in the United States.
Right. They can get away with it.
They can get, and they tend to have the coolest phones.
And they still sell probably more iPhones than all the Androids in some respects.
I wonder.
I think they sell a lot of iPhones.
But yeah, so I'll be testing out some new gadgets. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if there's a better phone out there, and maybe helping them craft one.
There is, and your husband has it.
I know, he has the new iPhone, and you know what? He loves his iPhone.
Does he like Siri?
Which is so funny because he was so anti anything to do with Apple. Like, never wanted an Apple computer, never wanted an iPad.
Yeah, I used to be the same, and now I want to buy.
Never.
I've got 2 Mac Minis, and this weekend.
He has everything.
Now, this weekend, I spent time, and I bought Final Cut Pro X, Final Cut Pro 10, or Final Cut Pro X.
Right.
And it's great. I like it. I'm actually liking it a lot. I'm liking it better than my old-time favorite Sony Vegas right now, and it's a lot of fun. I
have Final Cut Pro Express.
Now they got rid of that, and now this is what's beautiful about Final Cut Pro.
I've never used it.
Because it's too hard for most people.
It is.
Final Cut Pro 10 did something really brilliant. It's basically iMovie on steroids with a lot more features.
See, that's what I mean.
So it's the same interface. iMovie. It's a very similar interface, but a lot more capability.
I love iMovie. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk about using how simple. I mean, truly, in less than 20 minutes, you can create a movie from your iPad. The whole thing.
I'll give you an idea. I'll give you an idea. When I had Final Cut Pro 6, that was the big studio, $1,200-$1,300, whatever it was. It took me 2 weeks to do like, I don't know, a 10-minute movie. It just I was having a hard time figuring out, how do they do this? This is kind of weird.
Yeah.
With Final Cut Pro X or 10, the new one, in an hour I had a 10-minute video done with no instruction. Just got it done, worked, and even put some frills in it. Now that's nice. That made it real easy, and you can probably see it on I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but I put it up there. It's just for friends only, but it's just a Hawaii video when our last trip there. And it just rolls.
That was done on Final Cut.
That was done Final Cut Pro X in less than an hour.
Now, what do they charge for Final Cut Pro X?
$299. So it is more professional. It's about $300, but that used to cost almost $1,000.
Well, see, I think I paid a couple $100 for Final Cut Pro or Final Cut Express.
Yeah, that used to be about $200, I think.
I paid a lot of money for it, and I never have been able to figure it out. And I thought, I know I just need to go down and take a class.
Yeah, if you look at Final Cut Pro X, you might go, wow, I like this a lot, because it's everything iMovie does and way more.
See, and I like the way iMovie is very simple. Okay, there's one more question I have. It kind of ties in with apps, but do you use a Bluetooth earpiece?
No. I used to, but not anymore. My car has it built in.
See, mine does too, and
I don't need it I don't need to have it on my ear. I can just listen on the speakers.
But see, here's what I don't like about it on the speaker. So when the car is filled with kids, because mine.
Oh, see, I don't talk when anybody's in the car. I don't talk.
You don't talk, or you don't answer the phone?
No, I don't answer the phone.
I was gonna say, do you just sit silent and?
I may not talk either in the car, but that's another issue.
Yeah, and I keep wondering if I should try. I've never liked the earpiece things because I feel like you look like a crazy person talking to yourself.
Actually, some people do.
Well, I know that, and I would probably be tempted just to walk down the street talking to myself. Yeah. I don't know, but they have a really cool new one out.
Now, if you were in California, nobody would notice you.
Nobody would know. Well, you could be from Boulder, Colorado, and same thing.
Same thing. Nobody would notice him.
But they have one called it's from Motorola. It's the Elite Silver. Motorola Elite Silver.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What I like about it is it doesn't have this piece that comes out here.
Right.
It's just over the ear, so you really would not see it.
Yeah.
My hair would completely cover it, so then it would really look like I was crazy.
How's the sound quality on it? That's the key.
Well, supposedly this is amazing. I don't know if anyone in the chat room has a Bluetooth headset that they absolutely love. I'm thinking of trying this, not for necessarily being out and about, but when I'm in the house, because I hate when I am trying to get stuff done and my phone rings. I don't have a home phone, so when my phone rings, it's my cell phone. I have to pick it up or I have to put them on speaker. So I usually put people on speakerphone, which then my family teases me and they say, I think that I'm on a reality show. And that my reality show has to capture everything.
Oh, that's funny. Now, believe me, I have called Gina on her cell phone, and I have never once reached her live.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She's always busy.
No, it's like, it's so hard going, okay, I've got to get this done. So if I could have it on speakerphone or Bluetooth, I could be, and then that's just horrible that I'm even saying that, because I used to tell people, you don't want to be multitasking when you're talking on the phone.
That's right.
So then you just don't answer.
Need would spank you on that one.
I know. You should be present. Yeah. I know, it's terrible. And I know sometimes we're shocked. And sometimes I try to type really quiet so that people can't hear that I'm actually which is just ridiculous.
Which is actually pretty easy to do on a device.
yeah, on your iPad. See, there's another benefit of an iPad keyboard versus your regular desktop keyboard. You can be rude and nobody will know.
Well, you know what, Gina? We've been on for 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
And it goes fast. Yep.
App attack!
So, for everyone in the chat room, thank you so much for being there. And if you watch the show on the recording, please subscribe, send your comments, and keep watching. We enjoy that.
And if you're live, we thank you so much for being in the chat room live. And if you are listening to replay, we are live every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 Mountain, 10 Central, 11 Eastern, and 1 a.m. in Australia.
And only one person's up watching us in Australia. Hey, everyone, have a great one. We will see you guys next week on SchreckTeck.
I was trying to, I never put this in the heart rate monitor app.